cheating fiancée tried to tell me her affair was just a test. That was the moment I said goodbye and walked out. But let me start from the beginning. Just yesterday, I met my fiancée at our wedding venue for a meeting. The wedding was only 4 months away, and this was supposed to be the final step in nailing down the details. We drove separately. She came straight from work. I came from home. Toward the end of the meeting, she mentioned that her friend needed a ride home after dropping off a rental car. She asked if I'd be okay with her giving her a lift. I thought nothing of it. I knew her friend well, and it wasn't far from home. But when I got home, she didn't. For the next 3 hours, I tried calling, texting, nothing. Finally, after an hour and a half of silence, I texted her friend, "Hey, did she make it back okay?" Her friend responded, "Sorry, I couldn't make it to the venue. I didn't see her tonight." That hit me like a ton of bricks. When my fiancée finally came home, she casually said it took longer than expected because she hung out with her friend before leaving. I told her, "Okay, no big deal. Just let me know next time." But a few minutes later, her friend texted back, saying she never even saw her. I asked my fiancée about it. She brushed it off. "I can't control what my friend says." Then she walked outside. At that point, my gut screamed something was wrong. I had never done this before, but I checked her phone records, and I don't regret it. Right after she walked outside, she called that same friend, and earlier, on her way to the venue, she had a 1-hour call with a number I didn't recognize. The next morning, I confronted her gently. I said, "Show me the text from your friend, and I'll apologize for questioning you last night." She refused. I pressed further. "When I caught up to you yesterday, you were on the phone. Who was that?" She lied. "That was the same friend I picked up later." I told her I checked the phone records. She froze. Then she changed her story. "Okay, it wasn't her. It was a coworker. Michael. We had to meet about a patient. I had to show him techniques in person." I asked to see the text with Michael. She refused again. I asked her point blank, "Are you having an affair?" She paused. Then instead of answering, she unloaded everything that was supposedly wrong with me. That I work too much. That I don't spend enough time with her. That I don't listen. All of this, 7 years together, and she chose that moment to unload. After nearly half an hour of back and forth, she finally caved and showed me the texts, and my heart dropped. They weren't just work messages. They were explicit, sexual, romantic, talking about me, trashing me, while telling this man how much she wanted him. And this wasn't just anyone. This Michael was her new coworker, 15 to 20 years older, divorced, with multiple kids. She had only been at this job for 6 weeks. Meanwhile, I had been financially supporting her, paying most of the bills, working late nights and weekends to make sure she didn't need a second job. I stood there, staring at the woman I thought I'd marry in 4 months, and all I saw was betrayal. When I confronted her, she doubled down. She tried to tell me it was my fault, that if I listened better, if I worked less, she never would have needed to talk to someone else. I told her straight, "No, this isn't on me. This is on you. You cheated, you lied, and you trashed me to another man." That night ended with both of us calm enough to discuss the house and the dogs. We owned a home together, 3,000 square feet, 5 acres, and 3 dogs, plus her horse. She agreed to take the horse. We debated splitting the dogs, and it hit me, this wasn't just a broken engagement. It was the unraveling of an entire life we built together. Over the next few days, the conversations continued. She kept blaming me, claiming it was just 1 week, that they only made out once, that we could move past it. I reminded her of the sexual texts, of the lies, of the secrecy. She deflected. She begged me not to throw away 7 years. I told her, "I'm not throwing it away." "You did." I canceled the wedding venue, lost some money, but at least I wasn't walking into a sham of a marriage. The following weeks were hell. We lived under the same roof, but in separate rooms. The only words we exchanged were about the dogs. She went out, often without telling me. I assumed she was with him. I stopped asking. I started hitting the gym. I threw myself into my side hustle. I forced myself to focus on me. Because for years, it had been all about her. And slowly, I began to feel free. About a month in, she chose him. She actually told me it was between me and him, and she picked him. That's when something inside me finally snapped back into place. My self-worth returned. I moved our joint savings into my own account, gave her back her half, and began preparing for life without her. I listed the house, met with realtors, did the work she refused to do. I let her take the dogs to keep them together. It hurt, but I knew a clean break was best. In the middle of all this, I unexpectedly met someone new. She'd been through a similar situation, and she treated me with kindness and respect. For the first time in years, I felt like I was being heard. It wasn't love, not yet, but it was a reminder of what healthy communication looked like. By the time the house sold and we went our separate ways, I wasn't broken anymore. I was rebuilding. Months later, I moved into a new home, one I bought on my own. My ex ended up in a rundown place with her horse and 2 of the dogs. Saying goodbye to them crushed me. But I knew they were fine. They wagged their tails when they saw me at the park. But they were happy where they were. That gave me peace. Now, I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm back to focusing on my career, On building something that's mine. I still think about the betrayal sometimes. But therapy has helped me process it. And my new relationship? It's built on communication, respect, honesty, things my ex never gave me. Looking back, I realize I dodged a bullet. I was about to marry someone selfish, manipulative, and ungrateful, and life handed me a painful but necessary wake-up call. Red flags matter. Don't ignore them. If someone cheats, it's not because of you, it's because of them. And most importantly, losing someone who betrays you isn't a loss, it's freedom. Because in the end, her test wasn't about me at all. It revealed exactly who she was, and it gave me the chance to finally say goodbye.